Hi, my name is Lexi Postel, and I'm doing my presentation on the Venezuelan economic and social crisis. So, the intro to my paper explains how Venezuela used to be the most prosperous country in South America. The country was really rich in oil and other natural resources. However, today this is not the case. Many Venezuelans are waking up starving and without any basic necessities. So my thesis to my paper is, with a country so vast in natural resources and that has the ability to make international exchanges, how did Venezuela come to this social and economic disaster? Right, and then I get into the history of Venezuela's transformation from a democracy to an authoritarian regime. It all started with the presidency of Hugo Chavez, who was elected in 1998. He was a very charismatic leader and wanted change from government. He believed that most of the government in Venezuela was corrupt and he told the people that he wanted to fix the corruption. He wanted to help the poor and working classes. He wanted to turn Venezuela socialist, and he was also a populist. And for a while, the economy was really good under Hugo Chavez's rule until he ended up spending too much of the money from the oil trade, and then the economy ended up going into hyperinflation. So he spent too much money on programs such as food subsidies, healthcare, and education. The oil prices then plummeted, and all the programs could not be continued. After his death in 2013, that led to the presidency of Nicolas Maduro. Maduro managed to hyperinflate Venezuela's economy even worse when he said that he was going to try to fix it. Maduro's corruption. He changed the National Assembly of Venezuela into the National Constituent Assembly to overthrow the opposition party, so he had no one basically speaking out against him. So he could just have his whole regime without anyone opposing it. In 2017, the Supreme Court took control over the Assembly's duties and powers, which Maduro did exile quite a few Supreme Court justices just because they didn't agree with his policies. So under Nicolas Maduro, the process of checks and balances is almost non-existent. His hunger for power and corruption has caused his own people to starve and fight for their lives. The people of Venezuela is now a humanitarian crisis. The people of Venezuela are not happy with Maduro's policies and what he's doing to the country. The food shortage and medicine shortage is killing millions of people and causing millions to migrate into Colombia, Ecuador, and other countries in South America. The minimum wage in Venezuela is at an all-time low, and food costs 5 times more than that of the minimum wage. There's not enough electricity, so a lot of the food does go bad with the food that they do have. The crime and murder rate has skyrocketed, and it is now one of the most dangerous countries in the world. See, the economy, like I said earlier, is hyperinflated. There's not enough money to print. Maduro and his supporters say that the falling oil prices is because of the corrupt elites, and they're the reason for the economic crisis. All right, and that is the majority of my paper. Thank you.